Hi, I'm Samantha. I'm a tarot card reader from Orlando, Florida, and a content creator on social media.
At what moment did you realize that you truly loved your significant other?
We were just on the phone talking, and I, for the life of me, I can't even really tell you what it was that they specifically said or did, because anything they said or did was just like the fucking cutest. Like, they stumble on their words and ramble, and they're like, and then I'm just like, honestly, I think it's the fucking cutest thing that you can't even get your words out. And he's like, usually people hate it. I'm like, nah, I love it. It's just like, oh, you're such a typical Pisces. So we were just talking on the phone. I can't remember what they said or what I said, but I remember that I, kind of jumped the gun and said something first, and then I was like, who knows what they're gonna say back? And they were like, yeah, I think so, me too. And I was like, oh wow, that could have gone really fucking left. Um, we said this, I love you, to each other before we had ever been on a first date, before we had ever kissed. And so that was something really powerful to me because I was like, I want to, like, now you know for sure that it's just about, like, you as a person. Because there's nothing else that you guys have done other than, like, have a lot of phone conversations because they lived in another city.
In what way does your significant other love you that you really appreciate?
They were super patient with me. I would I would freak out and I would, like, have a crazy moment, and they would just be like, how can I help? Instead of like, yo, calm down, you're being crazy, this and that, they would just be like, how can I help? I see you're really stressed out right now. I see you're having a moment. Like, what can I do to make it better? And I was like, you're not even mad? Okay, that shows you how the people in my past have reacted.
If you could go back to before you fell in love, what advice would you give yourself about this relationship and love?
And I would go back and tell me to listen to my gut and take things slower. It's complicated. When we met, he was married in an open relationship. His wife and him wanted me to be like a third. And I was like, sorry, no, thank you. I would not like that. And he said that that wasn't really like a stipulation of his, their agreement. It's just that something that she wanted. And I was like, well, I would rather not. Let's try just you and me on the side. And we talked, we messaged, we never met up or anything. And I was like, yeah, never mind. I'm starting to think this is just like too weird and I can't deal with it. And him and his wife had gotten into a fight because she didn't really like the idea of it just being me and him, even though they had no rules about that. And I felt really weird about it. And him and his wife, like, I don't know, got into it and decided to split up, I guess, because she messaged me too. And she was like, we've decided to part ways. Like, I think it's for the best, yada, yada. And I was like, feeling bad. Like, I was like, I'm just going to leave it alone. I feel like, I split up a family and whatever. So I stopped talking to him for, I don't know, a couple months and moved on, got into another relationship, moved to another state with that person. I moved very quickly. It was only a couple months. All that happened in like 90 days. Um, that relationship was going terribly, and I feel like it was literally the universe just like trying to push me back that way. They were like, yeah, you were just gave up before you even tried, and you should, they were like, you're running, because it seemed really, I don't know, serious. And I was like, maybe, I don't fucking know. That doesn't sound like me.
Look into your partner's eyes and tell them why you love them so much. They deserve to hear it.
I love you, and I don't know. You're hearing it this way because one, I've blocked you. Two, because I'm a little irrational and, feelings, I hate those, and there are lots between us, and it gives me anxiety, and I want to run for the hills. Um, you're hearing it like this because I guess I'm a pussy, and I'm not gonna just directly reach out to you and say it like this. I love you for all of the things that I know you don't like about yourself that I just fucking love. The things that you have actually told me other people have said they don't like about you. And I'm like, what? That's my favorite thing. I love that thing. The fact that you mumble and you can't get your words out, I'm like, oh my god, you're so cute. You can't even form a fucking sentence. You're adorable. Ugh, gosh. And I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I just love you so big. And I'll see you soon. Meet me in Paris.
Relationships can get really complicated. The dynamics of commitments and the involvement of more than two parties weighing in on the dynamics can introduce a lot of stress. Initially, Samantha chose to step back and take a breather when things got complicated, which she probably really needed. With this being new territory, self-preservation and time to reflect is never a bad choice. Open relationships require open communication as well, especially since the likelihood of everyone being in the same place at the same time when someone has a relevant thought to share are relatively low. When people just click and conversation is effortless and fulfilling, it's much easier to consider the likelihood of long-term options. But with an open relationship, even one party who's not in agreement can immediately alter the trajectory of the immediate future. In addition, when one party is more loyal to one partner over the other, things can get even more complicated. It's no wonder Samantha exited the stage at the first sign of severe dissonance. She even mentioned that she felt like she contributed to breaking up a family. That's a heavy burden to carry, but the truth is that all three are adults, and everyone is responsible for understanding the dynamics and managing the consequences of their own choices. At this stage, Samantha has made a conscious choice to venture out again in an effort to make her position known and solicit a response. It's an unnerving place to be, but she needs to know the possibility for sure of something substantial actually working out. When we're burdened with the weight of possibilities within our reach, taking action is the most reasonable step to finding a resolution. That doesn't mean it's easy. The possibility of being rejected, not taken seriously, or even being fully accepted are all on the table. I guess we'll see what happens. Samantha, I want to thank you for being open and choosing to speak your mind and your heart. I have to admit, I was surprised when you changed your mind about being interviewed, but regardless, I really do think it's worth it. Sometimes it's just as important to express what we feel as it is to get a response. Knowing that we have exhausted our efforts in pursuit of something we really want can ultimately help us find closure regardless of how things turn out. I appreciate you taking that step. To our viewers, thank you for watching. Your viewership is important to the success of this channel. So if Samantha has encouraged you to consider expressing yourself rather than not acting or settling, give this video a thumbs up and maybe leave her a comment below and thank her for her display of courage today. If you'd like to follow Samantha on social media, you can follow her on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter right here. If you want to see more videos like this, you can follow the Shared Heart Experiment on YouTube for complete interviews and episodes. Or you can follow on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter for video shorts and additional footage. Feel free to check out any of my other videos where I walk up to random strangers in public places and ask them intimate questions about their lives. Consider supporting the channel by clicking the link in the description below. There you can shop at my online apparel store, StyleyLifeDesigns.com. You'll find t-shirts, hats, and hoodies with positive and uplifting themes to complement your lifestyle. When you shop, know that a portion of the proceeds from anything you buy will help contribute to the creation of more positive content just like this. Real people, real life, and real love. Until next time, I've been Kevin, with the shared heart experiment. Be good to each other. Thanks for watching.